This one should show you how tests work. We won't be talking too much about the actual contracts here because the ecosystem here is very complex, but we'll need to look at some unitary contracts of liquidity pool and a staking. And what we need it for is to show you how tests work. So tests are located in the test folder, and the basic structure goes like imports, functions. There would be tools to help us test, a function of before each, and the tests themselves. So the before each is used so that we can roll out our own fork network, which can be simulated. And by using these tools at the top, we can impersonate some signer, skip days, manipulate time, send money from different accounts. And actually having all of these tools makes the testing quite fun. And so back to the point, why we use before each is to, when we have each of these separate test cases, we can have a new blank sheet of blockchain, which is not influenced by the actions that happened in one of the tests. So if we see it here, we do some things here, we add liquidity, and after this case runs, this one will have the state of the network which was prior to running this one. So let's now try to run test. We do it by saying npx hardhat test, and if we want to specify one of the files, we also just specify the path, but let's run both of these. So they actually take some time because we are forking and creating a whole network here. If we would take a simpler approach by just having static test cases, then it would be much faster. So you see all these tests passing, all these green check marks, and some numbers. So yeah, we see 19 of tests passing, and that is great. But let's try to break one of these to see that they're actually having some feedback. So you see how it's built. We first approve a token, we call some functions, and afterwards we expect the token of the LP token balance of the owner or deployer of the contract to be equal to some amount. And if we change it to some other value and run the test again, we will see that it is failing. Now I have one more thing I want to show you, is to try and deploy a contract using a your customer verified account. And for that we'll go back to our browser, we grab the other private key, which is not verified. And I will also show you a process of how you can get Camino tokens on your wallet. So in order to deploy something, you need this value, you need these assets. And how you can do it is by going to Camino Discord and type in the command faucet, input in your exchange address, which is here, and the amount you want to receive. So let's put 10. Oops, yet again, the same mistake. We need to switch to Columbus. That is a good sharing use case. And let's get 10. So we see that I took too much during today, so we only get to have 5, but we get the money. So we see we have 5 cam on our balance. Next, what we have to do to deploy contracts, we go to cross chain, set source chain to be X and destination chain to be C, and just transfer the amount you want to transfer. Oh, so X. Yeah, it works. So now we transfer it to P, and let's transfer it to C after we are done with the transfership. So now we go to P and go to C. So you don't have to go through the changes. It was just to display how it works. Let's go 4. transfer. And if we wait a bit, we'll receive our funds on C-chain. Nice. Now, how do we switch the account? So first I need to prove that it is not verified. We grab the private key, which is this one, go to our Hardhead project and switch the account by now inputting a different private key. And if we now go to the first example of token, for example, and say npx hardhead run script deploy.ts, you see that it won't work. And we can also see a reason here. Let's zoom it in. Not the customer verified. And that is that.